The G-Mix. No wrong, baby. Screw that click for life. Yeah, like that. I came in this bitch with my gun on my hip, it's 200 and zip of the key. You ain't fucking with flip, you ain't touching the bricks, man. You niggas just making a scene. I'm a Grinch with a green, I ain't missing a thing in the glistening ring. It costs more than your life, I'm the one with the ticket. You come to my set, I come butter your knife, then I met in your wife. Yeah, ain't nobody having to kill right now. I feel like a lot of powder when it hits your town. Cause I pop your collar when I flip mine down, man. Stick it to the gut, I just want mine now. I'm in the beige fruit, they call me beige fruit, cause I hit your chicken, don't think about it. $7 on the way, $7 on the table, guess what? I ain't even take a drink about it. Yeah, I fuck with D Rich, yep, that nigga nice. Poltergeist, I mix the lean with these brush, that's just what I like. You see my trophy in the rappers, I retire Sprite. My picture going out like it's 91. You talking cold, you need a whole one that's for $40. They think I feel loud, but I'm just laying low. The street house, I'ma show y'all which way to go. When I'm in the flipper, I like my money first. The Valley of the Kings is street action, got the truth. This shot town, I fuck with Smith, me and Kanye. I love you, it's got you, CJ, drinking Bombay. Bitch, I made it to the top like the tournament. I'm undefeated in this hip-hop tournament.
High Stick is an entertainment, cannabis, news, politics, music, and radio talk show on YouTube for 21 and up. So do what you've always done. Kick your siblings out of the room, throw on your headphones, and enjoy the show. You're listening to The Doc on High Tide Stick Radio. You're listening to me, The Doc MistaTre, on YouTube Live. Yeah, I'm a real doctor, like Dr. Phil's a real doctor, only bald. Wait a minute, he's bald. Only sexy. Yeah, sexier. Live with The Doc on YouTube, Monday through Friday on High Tide Stick Radio. Hey, put your hands up. Everybody, come on. Put your hands up. Everybody, hey, together, put your hands up. If you got more than the G, put your hands up. So if you roll with me, put your hands up. If you do the 100 to the beats, put your hands up. Rocking on the stage, everybody put your hands up. If you got more than the G, put your hands up. So if you roll with me, put your hands up. If you do the 100 to the beats, put your hands up. Rocking on the stage, everybody put your hands up. It's your death, so everybody put your hands up. I'm rapping for the North Long Beach, stand up. Gun track, hillside, nigga, man up. Hey, I'm in the cut with a bad slut. With the tongue, we look like handcuffs. And the look in the eyes so dangerous. Can you handle us? Cause I'm scandalous. When the Jesus piece of hang like fabulous. I'm the fat man, girl, you know my shit is high. Hey, your man is mad, what you think I'm not? I do my thing when I lean, when you rock with it. Girl, do your thing on the floor when you drop, get it. I'm from the place where my niggas get crushed, where my niggas get bust. So what the fuck you want? To the 303, to the 562, where them gangsters be. Come on, you got more energy, put your hands up. So when you rollin' with me, put your hands up. You doing 100 beats, put your hands up. Get rockin' on the stage, everybody put your hands up. If you got more energy, put your hands up. So when you rollin' with me, put your hands up. You doing 100 beats, put your hands up. Rockin' on the stage, everybody put your hands up. We where I'm from, niggas crunk to get crunk. Ladies on the floor when they shaking they stuff. Nigga, what? I'm VIP, and I'm spitting at a shorty that's as fine as can be. You see, fuck with me. Mr. F-A-T-T-Z. I'm in the Lexus from Long Beach to Texas. Niggas talking loud, but they know not to test us. Cause in the beach, it's more for nothing. I'll blow the stuff right out your English muffin. I'm never bluffing, but forever stuffing. Pulling out nigga in a big body something. So come on, baby, and party with me. Get crunk up, go with Bacardi with me. At this week, keep your mind at ease as you rollin' with these fucking hustle all the G's. Come on, we got more energy. Put your hands up. So when you rollin' with me, put your hands up. You do 100 to the beats, put your hands up. Rockin' on the stage, everybody put your hands up. If you got more energy, put your hands up. So when you rollin' with me, put your hands up. You do 100 to the beats, put your hands up. Rockin' on the stage, everybody put your hands up. Yeah, nigga. Welcome to Long Beach. Hey, hustle hard, yeah. Long Beach, California, man. Where the shit is hot. Hey, hustle hard, man. So you know how we rock. Shorty, you roll in the breeze. You got the pass into me. You doing 100 through the beach. No stems, no seeds. Everybody push it. Shorty, you roll in the breeze. You got the pass into me. You doing 100 through the beach. No stems, no seeds. Everybody push it. Push it. Put your hands up. Yeah. Everybody, yeah. Everybody, hey, together, put your hands up. I'm a doctor, by the way. What's your name? Rose. Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life. Yeah, buddy, that's right. High Tide Station, live in effect from Tampa, Florida, broadcast worldwide, internationally, across the country, and the globe. We are in effect. It is Throwback Thursday. And you know me, I get excited for everything, including Throwback Thursday. I get excited for Throwback Thursday. You know me. I love Throwback Thursday. That's my ish. That's when we get to take it back to the old school, because I'm an old fool who's so cool. Yeah. Old school, man. So it's Throwback Thursday here on our lovely little planet. And so due to that, we've got some Throwback Thursday stuff for the show today. A couple different things that we got for the show today for Throwback Thursday is, first off, we're going to talk about the 5 places that used to let us smoke weed in high school. So the 5 places that you enjoy smoking weed in high school, that you used to enjoy doing this at, you know, partaking in this manner of marijuana. So what we're doing is we are absolutely, positively handling some Throwback Thursday stuff. Also, as we continue our little expose on a Potheads Valentine's, we're going to also be discussing the 5 locations that you can vacation or take your Valentine to go vacation at if your Valentine's a pothead. So we're going to talk about those 5 places that you can go to and deal with your potheads. Okay, so there's definitely a lot of
there's definitely a lot of different things that we're going to be able to definitely discuss / deal with that I think that you guys are going to really enjoy. And I think that we should definitely get into that Freaknik stuff, because when it comes to your pothead mate and dealing with your pothead mate, you know, we are no different than the other creature. But on the flip side of that coin, you have to understand that, be it may as it is that we are different than that other person. You know, we're definitely still in this bitch. Okay, we're definitely still holding it down, and we're definitely different than a drinker. So how you deal with us will be different. Like, you might want to take a drinker to Napa Valley. You might want to take a drinker to Napa Valley. You might want to get them drunk in Napa Valley. And that's understandable, because they drink. That's what they do. And because they drink, or because they get faded, you might want to take them to Napa Valley. Fact, you may want to. But a pothead's going to be a different story. So we're going to get into that. As well as we're going to get into the High Times News Roundup that we always do, where we go searching High Times Magazine's website, as well as several other news outlets, for the latest pothead, marijuana, and, you know, weed guy / weed juice updates. We are revamping a lot of things here. So, by the way, if you're looking to get your music heard across the globe internationally, we have listeners in Belgium. We have listeners in, let's see here, out over there in Brussels, of course. We have listeners in, let's see, Germany, France, Spain, China, Thailand. There's so many countries anymore that I can't keep track of all of them. I just wanted to name a few. So England, if you know, again, Canada. So if you're Mexico, so if you're looking to get your music out there, we're definitely an outlet that wants to help you out. We are, of course, an internet, YouTube, and Periscope, as well as several other places that we're reaching out to now. We're growing the station, and this takes time. But we are the only full 420 pot station right now in the state that operates in the state of Florida, 420 friendly pot state radio station. And we do not broadcast over AM FM waves right now, because we'd have to, you know, it can be done because, you know, I'm the godfather of talk show radio when it comes to AM FM weed radio. I'm the godfather. I'm the doc, the old guy who, you know, I'm not old, but, you know, the old vet who's been there, done that. So we're gonna do some weed radio shit, believe that. So anyway, some of the things that have been sort of flying across the news last night and this morning that I think is important is George W. Bush, of course, I would say not overperformed, but definitely exceeded the expectation, I think would be the proper word to use there. George W. Bush exceeded the expectation in his endeavors in New Hampshire. But I think that the old sort of realm, or the old establishment, is going to create a problem for him. It's going to get harder for him as he moves forward. I have no doubt in my mind about that. It's definitely going to become difficult. It's definitely going to get very, very hard for him to, again, it's going to get very hard for him, again, like I said, to, what's the word I want to say? I think to really pull in like the evangelicals, you know, hey, he might do well here in Florida. Absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind that he might do well here in Florida. But then again, he might not. I mean, it is what it is. He may not do well here in Florida. I don't know. I don't really feel like the expert, you know what I'm saying, on that one. But I will say that you know, despite, you know, what I may or may not think about him and the situation with him as a politician, I will tell you that I have no doubt in my mind that that he is more than capable of really, you know, making a stand in certain places, you know, like Florida. Maybe he gets a little love in Alabama or Georgia or something like that, some of the surrounding states in Florida, where people have actually seen what he's been able to do here. And that's what his resume speaks volumes to. And I think that that's the part of it that we have to, you know, understand and accept too, as friends and whatnot of him, is that you have to remember that with him, honestly, I just think that the Bush name hurts him, and that's, you know, that's sort of stereotype, we're gonna call it. It sucks for him. I mean, it absolutely sucks for him. It really does. I mean, it's just one of those things where I sit back and I look at it and I go, man, dang, that sucks. Because whether or not you're a good politician almost seems to be deemed irrelevant, because what is important is the fact that, or what isn't important, I should say, is that the fact that he might actually be one of the more progressive, right wing conservative people on the ticket, and that's really what this country needs. Regardless, is I don't think we need far left or far right hardliners. I think we need somebody from either side that's progressively working towards the middle. If you're not progressively working towards the middle, I really I really don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm at that position now where I go in my life where I go, okay, so, you know, it's one of those ones where like I said, when it comes to politicians, I really don't try to tread too much into politicians or what the politicians are doing. I try to avoid, I don't try to avoid giving my opinion, because I think that as a voter in America, I've sort of, you know, I quintessentially have the right to that voice. That's important to me as a voter here, and so I have a right to that voice, and that's important to me to have that voice. I think that where people have to really realize is that, you know, be smart though. Don't let, you know, the media or the news tell you. Welcome to the show, by the way, our new viewers on Periscope. Love you guys out there on Periscope. Shout out. But you know, make sure that you're voting and doing what you're doing in politics for you. Don't let, you know, some ass clown tell you, like, this is why I don't care for Trump. Don't let some ass clown tell you that I can go out there and exclude an entire religion from a country and be qualified as a president. And I want to just be very clear that that doesn't mean that I'm telling you not to vote for Mr. Trump or to vote for Mr. Trump. I'm simply saying that we don't need an excluder in our political realm. We really don't. So so I thought that was just interesting that some of the news and media generated around Jeb Bush's doing well in New Hampshire. We're going to get back, though, to weed, because that's what we like to talk about here. We love to talk about pot. And so before we go to our first break, we're going to get into our Throwback Thursday topic. So what we'd like to know from you guys out there, you know, watching on YouTube, watching on Periscope, listening around the world, email us at hightidestick@gmail.com. Or you can comment live right here on Periscope. I love that. YouTube watchers, you can also comment on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. But it's the number on Throwback Thursday. We want to discuss the top reasons, or the top locations that you enjoyed smoking pot in high school. Now, remember, your parents aren't present. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about getting in trouble. They might be mad at you, but they've been mad at you for a long time. So just get over it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really want to know, like, again, I really want to know what it is that that was your favorite location to smoke pot in high school. Where was your favorite place to get stoned in high school? We have MistaTre, MistaTre's Top Fives. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter. On Twitter, I'm at The Real MistaTre, MistaTre. On Facebook, it's MistaTre. And you can also follow me on Reverb Nation. Download all my music free as a recording artist. I'm actually a pretty dope hip-hop artist, I like to say. Man, I didn't smoke till after college. Is one of our viewers who is it? It's Moonman Pictures, and shout out to Moonman Pictures watching us on Periscope. He says he didn't smoke till after college. Man, I'm telling you, except for when I was playing football or sport or in some type of a sport, I smoked all the time. You went to art school? Okay, so how the hell did you not smoke till after college when you was around nothing but a bunch of artsy hippies? I mean, you're killing me here, Moon Man. You're killing me. So Moon Man on YouTube, I mean on Periscope says, man, I didn't even smoke till after college. So let me ask you this then. So Moon Man, since you're with us live on Periscope and you can sort of conversate with me a little bit here, I want you to tell me, one, A, where you're at so we can give you a shout out where you're at, but B, when now or after college, where's your favorite place to smoke pot? Is it at the Homeboys, or is it over at a smoker's cafe because you're in Amsterdam? Oh no, you're in LA. Okay, so Moon Man, shout out to Los Angeles in the house, LA in the house, and of course visiting North Carolina, where we have a really big following in North Carolina. My Aunt Emily, thank you Aunt Emily, by the way, for pushing my brand out in North Carolina and telling all your friends about me, because I have actually a pretty good following out of North Carolina despite being a Cardinals fan. That's a football joke, although the NFL season is over. So let's get into this. Before we get to the first break, I want to get to a couple of these. So I'm going to go reverse order here. Okay, I'm going to go reverse order here for my top 5 places to smoke pot in high school. Now, you have to understand that I was a marquee athlete at my high school, which means I was one of the athletes that was dope at more than one sport, and I was a top kid at the school in more than one sport, usually 3 or 4. So with that said, I want you to understand that I had to be very, very cautious of where I smoked pot in high school. I had to be very, 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 very leery of who saw me smoking pot, including my own fellow students, because any one of them could end my high school football career or basketball or baseball or whatever the hell I was playing at the time career. They could end it immediately. So my number 5 place to smoke pot in high school was number 5 is with any girl. Simple as pie. I didn't care where we were smoking. We could go smoke at your car. We could go smoke on the smoker. We could go smoke around the corner. We could go smoke at your house. We could go smoke at my house somewhere. We'll hide from my mom. Bottom line is, I was smoking. I like to smoke pot with a girl. That's my number 5 place. Smoke pot with a girl. Number 5. Okay. So number 4 favorite place to smoke pot for me, and I'm going to give somebody a shout out here, but Ronnie Mercer. Oh, okay. So Moon Man likes to smoke pot at his chill spot, which is kind of like a unofficial weed cafe. It went out in LA because they're still working on that whole legalization thing like Colorado. So I understand. And see, now Moon Man, I came from Colorado, by the way. I live in Florida now. We broadcast from out here in Tampa, Florida. But Moon Man, we used to live in Colorado. Shout out to our viewers on YouTube. Shout out to our viewers on Periscope again one more time. But so in Colorado, it's very liberal there. I can walk down the street. There are dab bars. You can just go right into the speakeasy. Hey, look, I got this tattoo right here with the owner and the doorman and another fella all at the same time. We got our speakeasy tattoos. Like, it's a for real brand. It's a for real business of people. Look it up, guys. Speakeasy Vape Lounge in Colorado Springs. It's actually the world's most famous marijuana cannabis culture lounge. As a matter of fact, the reason what my arm also says is platinum host, because I used to host all the concerts there. And so you'd have everybody coming through. You'd have like Potluck, Johnny Richter, One Ton from like Cottonmouth Kings, and I DJ their concert and then go and do the after parties at the speakeasy. You'd have Little Flip and from Mike Watts from Swisher House come. Me and DJ Kamikaze DJ their concerts. Hang with them after the after party, or go to the after party, run the after party. I mean, I've done this for people like Do or Die. I've done this for Little Flip. I mean, I've been involved in concerts like John Hart and, what was the other one? Kurt Cobain's K-Camp. There's so many people, guys. Nappy Roots. I could keep going and going and going. I've done well for myself in the concert promotion business, and I love what I do. But anyway, so let's go to number 4, which is my number 4 favorite place to smoke pot in high school was Ronnie Mercer's house, because I could sleep over at Ronnie Mercer's house overnight on a school night. It was the only, and his mom was cool as shit. Like, she let us smoke pot. We could smoke weed at the house. Now, I'm not saying that was the right thing to do, and I'm not saying that you should ever allow your kids to smoke pot. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is that regardless of whether your kids should be smoking pot or not, I'll be very honest with you. Whether that's okay or not, it doesn't matter whether it's okay or not. I'm just saying that's where I like to smoke pot, was Ronnie Mercer's house. Shout out to James and Ronnie Mercer, my two homeboys growing up in high school that I absolutely had a freaking blast smoking pot with, and just love you guys to death. Miss you guys, of course. They're like my real family, guys. Like, if you want to know like how it goes, they are literally my real family. Like, like I always tell everybody, is when you can choose your family, these are family that I chose. So anyway, we're going to go to break here. When we get back, we're going to get into the top 3 reasons why Mr. Tre likes to smoke pot. You're on High Tide Stick Radio with the Doc, Mr. Tre, live, brought to you by Bars Fest Tampa and Tre's Own Entertainment. We're going to get back to that. Some peeps in California cultivating some secret marijuana called Jedi. Ooh, let's get into that. Let's talk about that when we come back from the break, Moon Man. Moon Man with us, of course, on Periscope. Listeners and viewers, of course, with us on YouTube and across the world and globe. We appreciate you. Shout out to North Carolina and LA another time. We'll be back after the break. You're on High Tide, Stick with the Doc. We're listening to me, the Doc, Mr. Tre, on YouTube Live. Yeah, I'm a real doctor, like Dr. Phil's a real doctor, only bald. Wait a minute, he's bald. Only sexy. Yeah, sexier. Live with the Doc on YouTube, Monday through Friday on High Tide Stick Radio.
After a shooting in Michigan that killed one person and left another in the hospital, the neighborhood is
So I get my niggas gon' change in them songs. Even if I get famous, I swear as soon as I make it, they feeling me now. I guess I got some misery now. Okay, young nigga live in effect. The silent protecting my craft. It's in divided purpose. What all of my niggas and we just working on mad. It's bad enough, and I feel like bashing. I can talk above. I'm like kids going like a drinking. I'll run and break. It's the conversation. We keep hating. I keep loud and rotation. Won't fuck with them. It's too basic. My familiar yesterday. And I'm going to be those thoughts. I'm moving down when it goes fly. And I think my last goes on. People talk about you walking niggas who so far, not so far. So ask me, I'm fucking cocaine. And I hit the blunt yesterday. Then I ashed it. Thinking about the better days. Shit was classic. I pray to God, just survive. Man, I wish I could fly. Man, I wish I could fly. So I get so I get
There's the second murder there this year, and Lisa and I, we uncovered stats that show that it's the most dangerous part of the city.
It's headed there. The people who live there, I find out why there's so much
yeah, yo, Aaron, what's going on? I like Jason, you been gone. See my mom hold it on. Don't need a drink to be strong. I won't lie, I've been drinking, and yes, I have been smoking more. I'm not really proud, that loud, I'm too ignore. Thinking about the moments we had ran from the police. Love, forget my friends, I'm left with all that for me. Like babies, they want to rock every crib and blood in my screen. Fuck, whatever it is, you know that you can count on me. And my dog, man, I already met, still reppin' and put it on. Bring it up, turn it, you making it back. Just got you back on. I miss all of my sergeants and all the soldiers you gone. And I hit the blunt yesterday, then I ashed it, thinking about the better days. Shit was classic. I pray to God, just survive. Man, I wish I could fly. Man, I wish I could fly. So I get so I get
Say it's gotten worse because more kids are picking up guns. I don't understand why they want to give their lives away doing that. Because when they get caught, they get caught. They're going to prison. They're going to prison. They're going to prison.
High Tide Stick is an entertainment, cannabis, news, politics, music, and radio talk show on YouTube for 21 and up. So do what you've always done. Kick your siblings out of the room, throw on your headphones, and enjoy the show. You're listening to The Doc on High Tide Stick Radio. Tide Stick is an entertainment, cannabis, news, politics, music, and radio talk show on YouTube for 21 and up. So do what you've always done. Kick your siblings out of the room, throw on your headphones, and enjoy the show. You're listening to The Doc on High Tide Stick Radio.
I'm the doctor, by the way. What's your name? Rose. Nice to meet you, Rose. One for your life.
What it do, fatty? Two behind. Do it big. Yeah, gang.
Hey, once I started, stayed on my grind. Yeah. MistaTre told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like time. I drop a foreign, the world's like fun. Niggas foreign, his flow's not like mine. I got a couple hundred just to watch my tongue. Niggas boring, his flow's not like mine. I got a couple hundred just to watch my tongue. Since I was young, niggas and dollars and dollars. Ever since they ride me, just in my leave, I'm a smoking like a zombie. Who came out, I'm not like somebody got me. Oh my God, but since once I started, stayed on my grind. MistaTre told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like crime. I drop a foreign and the wheels look fun. Niggas foreign, his flow's not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my tongue. Niggas boring, his flow's not like mine. Couple hundred just to watch my tongue.
Hey, my hood said get you, so fuck you. You and your dead homies ain't this line. I'm from Gainesville. Bill told me bitch, but it's out this bitch. I'm like a Russian missile. I've been a real nigga. I just devil like that. And I've been zoning these in Texas like I'm rapping like. Use a cartoon character. Fake book, you the Grammy, you a actor. Push the ball, me with the ammo in the gun. I got a top on the way, and I run around drunk. If you're between me and you haters, since I'm winning. The label left a nigga, I bounce back in the pit.
Once I started, stayed on my grind. MistaTre told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like time. I drop a foreign and the wheels look fun. Niggas foreign, his flow's not like mine. I got a couple hundred just to watch my tongue. Niggas boring, his flow's not like mine. I got a couple hundred just to watch my tongue.
Hey, I'm in the studio, grinding with no pen or pad. Now I gave my white nigga money, now you at his name. Said my belly was on E, I can feel the hunger at the road. First I turn your block into a fucking song. I left the West Coast to bring back my street cred. I don't know why niggas eating when the streets dead. I know what these live, when they think I don't. And now I leave a nigga slanging to bring I won't. Expose it to the world, make two please famous. Rubbing my money, I'm a sell entertainment. I don't owe nobody nothing that ain't on me. You ain't a feature, you charging a fuck nigga fee.
Once I started, stayed on my grind. MistaTre told me don't waste no time. Smoking big dope, shit smell like crime. I drop a foreign and the wheels look fun. Niggas boring, his flow's not like mine. I got a couple hundred just to watch my tongue. Niggas boring, his flow's not like mine. I got a couple hundred just to watch my tongue.
High Tide Stick Radio reminds you not to do anything stupid on marijuana. You know, like get busted by your parents. You're listening to The Doc live on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We back in effect. Talking bong rips and shit. Getting crazy on the radio, right?
I honestly don't even know what that means, what I just said. I really don't.
So before we went to break, we talked about the number 2, 3, 4, and 5 reasons or places to smoke pot in high school for Throwback Thursday. So now we're to the number 1, the final, the finale, el finale. So, but before we do, we should recap, just like TV does. Run you back through it one more time. So we had number 5, smoking with any girl. Okay, so number 5 was, of course, smoking with any girl. Number 4, Ronnie Mercer's house, sleepovers on school nights. Dum dum dum. Number 6, or that's number 4. I'm sorry. Number 3, sneaking bull hits on the practice field in the hacky sack circle. Number 2 was blunts on the smoker's corner, because I like to smoke blunts on the smoker's corner. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, last but definitely not least, bong rips at anybody's house when we skip last period. Dum dum dum. That is my other favorite place to smoke weed in high school on this Throwback Thursday. The number 1 place was, because if you could go anywhere and you could do a bong rip. Speaking of bong rips, go get the bong.
I can't right now.
Oh, we'll do it another time then. What a way to ruin the show. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. By the way, this show that she's ruining, Cousin Kels, that is brought to you by live from No, I know. You got an appointment you got to go to. But anyway, yeah. So Cousin Kels has stuff to do, so we can't do bong rips. We'll do them tomorrow or something. But anyway, so live, of course, we can't do them tomorrow. The little man will be in the studio because it's an earlier show and he'll be here before school. So anyway. But the show, either way, is brought to you by Bars Fest Tampa and Trezona Entertainment, LLC. Look them both up on Facebook. Check them out if you're looking for concerts, concert events in Tampa, and or just being in concerts or doing concerts in Tampa. Cheers, mate, to the coffee. I love coffee, by the way, don't you?
I love it.
You know, if I can just do like a squirrel moment, squirrel, and take off on another topic, I love coffee.
Me too.
I mean, I fucking love coffee.
I don't want to go. I feel like I did something awful and I didn't do nothing. That's how I feel about this bullshit.
I really do love coffee, though. I mean, I do. I think coffee is probably second, third. I'd say third.
Yeah.
I'd say coffee is third. Since we're like kind of in this list thing of shit to do for Valentine's Day, maybe we just go for another one too real quick. Just be like, here's another one. Here's another list. 3 things that I love in this order. Since it is Valentine's Day week, tomorrow, actually, you know what? Let's save that for tomorrow. We'll do the top 10 things the doc loves tomorrow since it's Valentine's Day weekend. How about that?
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's write that down because we do smoke weed. But no, seriously, I love weed. That's absolutely a fact. I love coffee and I love a few other things. And I think that's where we'll let it go for there, because like I said again, I don't want to get into too much into it because again, I'm trying to like I want to use it as a topic tomorrow, and that's a great idea actually for a topic tomorrow. So I'm like, I want to do that, Sorry. All right. So anyway, posting to Facebook, by the way, you can follow me on Facebook. I don't really care if you even look the real me up on Facebook. It doesn't matter to me. I pretty much accept anybody's friend request because I'm retarded.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, now that I've been ADD'd and sidetracked, at the end of this beautiful show, we are trying to deal with, my friend. That is what I'm trying to tell you, stupid boy. Just kidding. Hold on. Calm down. So anyway, so our music over the break, by the way, was brought to you by little two-piece featuring Fetty Wap, that homie Fetty Wap. And our closing music, of course, is going to be Dirty Games, Look at My Ride, which is also just a really another good song, Holmes. So we're going to get out of here in a second. And but before we do, I just want to tell you guys how much I really love all of you for watching and listening. And here's a real quick in a like 20-second rundown. Here's the number five places to take your loved one for Valentine's Day. Number 5, Humboldt County, California, the Emerald Triangle. Number 4, Oregon, where there's legal weed. Number 3, Amsterdam, for it's been known as sort of the vacation place for weed. Jamaica, number 2, and of course number 1, Colorado Springs, which is the new Amsterdam. And we want to go to the new Amsterdam instead of the old one. I'm out. Peace. High Tide Sick Radio, the Doc live.
MistaTre on YouTube Live. Yeah, I'm a real doctor, like Dr. Phil's a real doctor, only bald. Wait a minute, he's bald. Only sexy. Yeah, sexier. Live with the Doc on YouTube, Monday through Friday on High Tide Stick Radio.
Straight to the She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. Down in the rockin'. Look in my mind, that motherfucker hawkin'. The streets is watching. They watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. Down in the rockin'. Come down my window, diamond shiny like the glitter. Like Instagram that picture, and I posted them on Twitter. You see my friends, they shining, 24 inches, they spinning. You can tell my pockets going up like the lotto, so I win it. I'll tell you right now, baby, I live my life like shady. 6 figure mamas in a neighborhood, twins in $1 billion, baby. Test where they ballin', my Obama for ballin'. My baby mama, she blow my line, man, she on South College. My backseat be so long, black tea and no quick cars. We in the back, I'll keep it down, and baby, I'll do a free job. Any baby that goes better, all these chicks gon' split bananas. My rear view be thumping hard, hanging on to that red bandana. Look at my mind, that motherfucker hawkin'. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. Down in the cameras rockin'. Look at my mind, that motherfucker hawkin'. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. Down in the cameras rockin'. Look how they watching, look how they watching. Drop the screens and turn the beat up, ain't gon' watch them jock, man. I'm ripping wood wheels and blowing out some rocks there. Behind the limo, kick windows rolled out so they can't stop me. That point that folks is clean, I think I need to join the car show. Gotta match the whip, so my whole fucking grill chrome. And my girl calm, but she bad as fuck. On the leather in the backseat, fucking with her feet up. Man, that whip too flossy, too dumb candy pink is glossy. Working long nights in the nappy, so I call that bitch my office. Put the camera in the dash so I can play it back and watch it. Fuck it, let's make a movie, put it on the disc and profit. Look at my mind, that motherfucker hawkin'. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. Down in the cameras rockin'. Look at my mind, that motherfucker hawkin'. The streets is watching, I know they watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. Down in the cameras rockin'.
Voice activation, make it start. Push a button, make it raw. Let them tell you ain't got to tradition. We can shop before after dark.
Why chill in my backseat? You with the business ID. Almost baby, no sheet. It's dirty games, it's no sleep. Control no cap, keep it drum. Front with the crap, keep it crumb. I told you, man, you the MJ of your hell again. Don't speak in the dark. My rims,
36, they did it. And my choppers hella long, they call that I did it. That's not in my hits, 20K in their pockets. Calicus and Supervisor, they Colorado, no diet. My river get on fire, my Pittsburgh go higher. My truck ain't here with a streamer, tonight Chevy ain't quiet. DJ got no blast beats, water work with my backseat. Airbag popping off automatic discs, yeah, they help me. My whip amazing and battleless, I'm a superstar, chips handless. My supercar rims got TVs, dirty games, no rattlers. Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. Listen to my I'm watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls down in the cameras rocking. Look at my ride, that motherfucker walking. Listen to my I'm watching. She said she wanna fuck me in the backseat of my office. The walls down in the cameras rocking.
High Tide Stick is an entertainment, cannabis, news, politics, music, and radio talk show on YouTube for 21 and up. So do what you've always done. Kick your siblings out of the room, throw on your headphones, and enjoy the show. You're listening to The Doc on High Tide Stick Radio.